Hey guys, welcome back to B&B Kitchen, where today we're making
spaghetti and meat sauce.
So you're gonna have to forgive us. Somebody's mowing the grass outside today, so
Everybody in the world doing some yard work.
it's COVID times. Everybody's suddenly handy.
It's too hot for me. I try to eat Coke and get fat.
So spaghetti. It seems generic, right? Everybody likes spaghetti, I think. I really like making spaghetti. Something about it just gets me excited. Two basic things here, right? Anytime you want to have guests over and make them walk into the room and say, wow, what are you cooking? Garlic, onion. Cook those two, saute for a minute, everybody's gonna think you're a chef. We're gonna be using chicken today, which tends to dry out, so we're gonna use an entire onion as opposed to half, just to give it a little bit more juiciness.
Okay, so we have this beautiful Dutch oven.
Beautiful.
Spencer loves. He takes it camping.
I do, yeah.
He takes it outside and everywhere.
Hey, Dutch oven, most versatile thing in the world. It's just a cast iron pot, but you can put it over a fire if you're out camping. During COVID times, you can exercise with it. Yeah, we actually have a friend who, at the beginning of the whole lockdown and the quarantine, didn't have any weight, so Dutch oven. All right, once the Dutch oven is on the fire, go ahead and get that preheating. Cast iron takes a while to heat up. So let's start with the onions. Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to cut it?
Yes.
Oh my God. I haven't had a haircut in a while, and so that's why I'm wearing a hat.
Millie is waiting on you.
Yeah, I'll go see her. This is a bit more than just one onion. We went off on a little tangent and
I'll eat this.
yeah, cut up some extra, but it's fine. We love onions, and if you don't, put in less. Next thing, you want to grab your garlic. Simple thing with the garlic, just get it, smash it,
I love
get it,
this
smash it. Now you've got it broken up, releases more of the juices. Go ahead and cut it up. Get it nice and minced. The thing about garlic is that the more finely you cut it, the less flavor it actually gives out because it dries up faster. Once you've minced the garlic and the onions, go ahead and grab the finest of meats you can. We'll move this over here now.
Yeah.
You know what's up. Movie magic. 3, 2, 1. All right, so the first thing you want to do is get some olive oil. Just drizzle it on top. There you go. Next, grab your onions. There you go. Realize you put in too little olive oil and quickly add some more. Oh, whoops, that's not olive oil.
It's not olive oil. Like, I would rather put extra.
Depending if we cut it or not, you'll notice that by accident, I put in balsamic vinegar instead of olive oil. And, you know, it's not really part of the recipe by any means, but my bottles look the exact same. So we're just gonna say that that's part of the recipe. And you know what? Honestly, if it turns out good, it's part of the recipe. I got this spoon from my mother-in-law. It says spoon, because I'm her spoon. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, it's way cooler than Alma's. Alma. All right, this is starting to look pretty good. It's been cooking for probably 2 minutes or so. We want to go ahead and start adding in our garlic. We're not going to cook this for nearly as long, maybe a minute or so. Go ahead and give that a quick mixeroonie. All right, so this is the point of the video where people start walking in going, wow, something smells amazing.
Oh,
that's incredible. What a chef. I'm going to tell somebody at work about you.
You need to open your restaurant.
That's what they're talking about right here. Yep, that.
That's it.
Okay. Okay, this is entirely up to preference, how much meat you want to put in. Some people like a little bit of meat. I married a Kazakh, so...
I love мясо.
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 No real rhyme or reason to this, throw it in. So the goal here really is just to get everything nice and brown and broken into pieces. Takes a little bit of work, but, you know. Just want to make sure everything's off the edges here so it all gets cooked. With that, it's all pretty well broken up now into little chunks. Perfect for a meat sauce. Before this is done cooking, we're gonna go ahead and add in some ground black pepper.
Yum.
And then we're gonna add in some ground salt as well.
Yum.
Go ahead and give that another mixeroonie. I've made this mistake before where I did not season the meat because I figured, well, I'm gonna put it in the sauce and we'll season that. Incorrect. I am telling myself in the back of my head, Spencer, you really should have seasoned it while it was still raw. Maybe, maybe not, but
that's what I do. I like seasoning it when it's a little bit raw, just because it absorbs a little bit better.
The meat itself is about ready, so we're gonna go ahead and move to the sauce portion of this. Alma, what do we have?
So we have whole peeled tomatoes. Normally we try to buy San Marzano whole tomatoes. tomatoes.
We did an experiment where we tested, or taste tested
Different
all of them.
types, and
It does make a difference.
It does.
But we
tastes
didn't
so good.
have any, so here we are.
Pay that extra if you can, but we just couldn't find any. And we have some tomato paste to enhance the flavor.
Tomato paste, it gives you that concentrate, that punch of the tomato taste. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in over the meat right now because the idea is to get this a little roasted ahead of time and mix it in with the meat before we add in the tomatoes.
So Grandma gave this to us one day, just cause, and we were so happy about it. Like, what? We're gonna have to have a hand mixer. We always wanted one. So thank you, Grandma.
Thank you, Grandma. I think it looks good.
Like this, right?
Yeah. We like a little bit of a chunky consistency, so we're gonna not blend it all the way. Some people like it super smooth. Cool.
I know.
That's unbelievably dangerous. I'm gonna unplug
Yeah,
it.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Where's my finger?
Yeah. All right, so now this is starting to look like, I don't know, bloody murder, I guess, which is perfect, right? It's perfect. So we're gonna wanna go ahead and grab our tomato sauce,
Yum.
which we've pretty well mixed. If there's any chunks like this remaining, it's not a big deal. We can go ahead and just mash it a little bit later after it reduces.
Yeah, we just go.
So the next thing, you want to go ahead and add in about a cup of water to this recipe. If you have broth, I recommend you use the broth, but
yes.
we used all of our broth last night.
Oh, we didn't think about it.
Tomatoes tend to be very acidic, right? So to cut that, you want to add a little bit of sugar. I've read some wild recipes here and there. I'm gonna go with about a quarter cup of brown sugar. I immediately changed my mind. Let's not do a quarter cup. Let's do like an eighth of a cup. That sounds right.
I know.
You know, we started this balsamic vinegar thing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add in a little bit more.
Yes!
About
Okay.
that much.
I love this stuff.
Once it comes to a simmer, we're gonna go ahead and let it cook at a medium to medium low heat and let it reduce for a little bit to thicken up a bit. Look at that, it's breathing.
Ooh,
It's
it is.
breathing. It's a heartbeat.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's nice and bubbly. We're gonna go ahead and reduce the heat a bit and put on a cover.
Majestic.
We're gonna let this sit for maybe 40 to 45 minutes. In other words, yeah, you have to have some preparation before you start this. Guys, we forgot to add the bay leaf.
Oh man, Mr. B.
All right, close it, close it. All right, now this is starting to smell absolutely incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and check it real quick. Yeah, we've got plenty of liquid in there. Looks beautiful.
Ooh.
We're gonna go ahead and take this off now so it can reduce a bit more.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna boil some pasta.
If you have any big chunks like this, again, just go ahead and mash them down at this point. There's the bay leaf.
Mr. Bailey.
If you have any fresh herbs, go ahead and add them in now. You don't want to do it too early, mainly because it's going to way overpower everything. Basically, this is just some oregano and parsley from our little COVID garden outside. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in. Give it a stir real quick so it's mixed together. Time to get started on the pasta. Alma, how much pasta do you actually use?
So, normally I just put this on this mic.
Oh,
The two of us. That's how I measure it, seriously. And if it's like this much, it's enough for two of us. But we always have leftovers. So maybe you should go down to this. I don't know.
Well, today fate has decided because we have exactly that much, which I'm pretty sure is still way, way, way too much. But that's okay. Leftovers. Sorry for all the camera movements, by the way, because we're still trying to figure out how to do these episodes. If you have any recommendations, you know, should we have it all just from the front? Should we have more close-ups like this? Should we just hold it in our hands? You know, let us know. We appreciate your feedback.
I've seen some dude holding it with his mouth. He was like cooking.
Oh, yeah?
So his hands were busy, but he has his mouth camera. Remember?
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
That was
Sounds
so
good.
funny, but pretty efficient, I guess. But how do you talk over that?
People aren't here for commentary. They're here for mean cooking. So, guys, I lost the bay leaf. I don't know where's that.
Don't worry about it.
You don't want to leave the bay leaf in too long because it's bay leaf. It's incredibly potent.
He wants a bush of bay leaves. So he can...
I do want a bush of bay leaves because they go in like every recipe ever. Aha, found it. This is about coming to boil, so we're gonna go ahead and add in the pasta. One thing, we used to add in oil with the pasta. I don't know, I saw it on a video a long time ago. Further research does absolutely nothing, just so you know.
Really? My mom always told me it does everything.
No, I always,
Like
I
it prevents
swore.
it from sticking.
Yeah, it doesn't. I was reading into it, and because I believe it wholeheartedly, and that is not at all what it does. So, what are you gonna do?
Oh my god, I was trolled.
Trolled. You were controlled by big olive oil, you know? I'm really paranoid about these burning because we never use a big enough pot for this.
Just break them in half.
I don't like breaking them in half. I like them to be long.
I always break mine.
Just out of the paranoia of accidentally burning some of the pasta, which I've done way too many times, I just am turning this now to get them in here. I don't want to do it too fast because I don't want to break them, but yeah, I just don't want them to be exposed to that flame.
So my mom told me if you want to keep the rest of it like fresh for a while, you should pour some oil on top. I don't know if it actually works. She's been doing that for years.
We're gonna go ahead and let this pasta now cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. The word you'll always hear is al dente. All that means is it's almost cooked. Not all the way, almost cooked. You know what, I'm not gonna mix it in. I'm just gonna take this.
I love this method.
I don't know if this method actually works. My grandmother taught me this a long time ago. When it starts to foam up, put a wooden spoon here. I don't know. She says it stops it. I've had mixed results. Yeah, see, we're gonna solve it right now. This channel is for science.
Science.
All right, now that the pasta is cooked al dente, the thing I always forget to do is grab said pasta with the water still in it. Add a little bit of that water, not that much. What will happen is all the starches from the pasta will kind of thicken up the sauce a bit more. All right, you got your pasta at the bottom, your meat sauce on top, sprinkle on some fresh parsley, then move it around because you realize it didn't fall exactly how you like.
There's some Parmigiano Reggiano leftovers. Oh, they're pretty.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, guys, there you have it. Your very own spaghetti and meat sauce.
Yum.
All right, last step. Go ahead and taste test. You ready?
Yeah.
Cheers. Go. This is not a visually pleasing thing to watch somebody eat, I don't think. With the bread, I always like to put a little bit of the meat sauce on there.
No, you always make a sandwich.
I'm reserving this one for off camera when I actually make that sandwich. So. All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Hope that you can go and make some amazing spaghetti. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Thank you again for watching all of our videos. We'll see you next time on B&B Kitchen.